Kanibunan, ngiopona baningi abebukele bami eSouth Africa. Ngikhuluma isiZulu encane, ngisifunde isiZulu. Ngikhuluma Ingilise manje. So what I try to do is explain American culture to South Africans and try to help y'all understand better what's going on when you kind of see big things happening on that stage. And just one of the entertainment aspects that I've been talking about recently is this recent Iceman release, but also I want to kind of tap into what I'm trying to realize is that Kendrick may be like, seeing in the future like a prophetic type of he has these prophetic type of things that happens often. And one of the things that I saw that happen was he released his first diss track, and the name of the diss track was Euphoria. You may have remembered that song. But that song is also the name of a series that's happening that is currently going on right now. And it's starring Zendaya, and she's like, a star actress in America. But this series of Euphoria is executive produced by Drake. And within the series, the first two seasons was kind of primarily set in high school. And it was like these young girls just living the regular high school life, but there's like, drugs involved. On a minimal scale, there's drugs involved. That's like, the girls that are more like having catty situations with each other and disputes. But now on the third season, it's kind of elevated to more of, heavy drugs and heavy prostitution, but in a modern form, like not prostitution on the street as much, but it's more so in the aspect of like OnlyFans and the industry's way of, grooming these young girls into becoming, stars in that world. So what I think is happening here, like, is that, Kendrick released Euphoria until 2024. So this season wasn't out. But now that I'm seeing this third season of Euphoria, there's this character, his name is Alamo Brown. And he resembles a main influence that I see in the origins of Drake's becoming, and that's a CEO named Jay Prince. So Jay Prince is the owner of Rap A Lot Records. It's in Houston, and he has basically put on artists such as the Ghetto Boys as a primary artist named Scarface that was a big artist in that label. But he's somebody that just on the independent tip, he didn't really, just get along with the industry. He more so set up his own infrastructure, and he runs it primarily in Houston. And this is kind of what his son, Jay Prince Jr., was able to discover Drake, and they partnered with Cash Money with Lil Wayne to kind of put Drake on. So Drake came from Toronto, and now he was a part of this whole Houston conglomerate. And this is what I'm kind of seeing is the influence of what this world that, Drake is a part of now. And what Kendrick is pointing out that, he kind of alluded to in this Euphoria song is that it's a culture of, strip club culture. It's like, but it's also in the aspect of grooming these young girls to be misled into this world. And it's not necessarily misled because it's on the girls as well. It's a hustle. It's not nothing that I'm looking down on. It's a capitalistic society in America. So there is a lot of just opportunities in, sex. There's opportunities in drugs and there's stuff like that. And you just see that this isn't the real Drake that we know from Degrassi or, I wasn't watching Degrassi, but I just know that Drake comes from a different background than what he portrays in this Houston background. And I think this influence of Jay Prince is very heavily what he's trying to present now.